how often do you listen or watch your own content? Like out of 100, like the last 100 podcast episodes that you've done, how many of them have you actually listened to?
In whole, as in 100% of it, absolutely zero.
Really?
I've not done that in a long time. Yeah. So this is definitely a bit of partially contextual, and partly I should do it more. Yeah. Because definitely this is something we coach people to do. Like you need to, when you're early days, when you're learning how to do this, you need to listen to yourself a lot. And it's painful. It is. It's absolutely painful. And so the contextual part is that I did that back in the day. Like I did that a lot in my early days of creating content and creating podcasts and creating videos and stuff like that. And so I kind of stopped because I felt like I'd improved enough there and I started working on other things instead. Yeah. But the other side of it is I should still do it. There's no way you ever finish improving on that. So I should do it more. I suppose my one caveat is I do edit my own videos fairly often. So I do listen to myself talk a lot. So I still do like catch myself on crutch words or little habits or tics that have started to work their way in. So I still definitely don't, I still definitely have ways that I pick up on things that I am doing badly. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't be listening to a full podcast episode every month or two at least. What about you? How are you enjoying that?
It's hard. I struggle not to skip through the bits where I'm talking. I'm like, but I'm actually kind of meant to be listening to this.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's hard, but it's a good thing. It is a good thing for all the reasons that you just said, right? It's you do pick up on like certainly like the first episodes of Creator Toolbox. I listen to them fairly religiously because I'm Scottish. By default, I'm hard to understand. and I checked in again on this recent episode, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm enunciating a little bit better because there was just parts of it in the last episode that I listened to that just like that wasn't individual words. That was a very, very, very long word that should have been many.
That's exactly what I do as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing that I often catch myself on is the start of sentences. So when I first start talking, often I start very quickly and then I kind of relax into the sentence. That's definitely a style that I have kind of naturally. And so when I'm recording videos, section to section, the start of any given section, I'll often jump in and say, welcome to the video. We're going to do this and this and this. And then, right, okay, so thank you for getting into this. And so it goes like that in Cadence. And so I have to catch myself doing it, stop it, and then restart. And I'll restart deliberately. Welcome to the video. I just go very slow.
Yeah, it's worth doing though. I think it's a good use of time, especially if it's audio. Or video, because you can just listen to it. You know, I have done that a few times where we've recorded a pod. I kind of do it. I'll stick on one that I thought that was a really good episode, and I'll put myself out of my misery, and I'll listen to it walking to work or something.
That's actually a really good tip, because more often it's almost 90% audio. Like it's almost 90% your speech, the content of your speech, as opposed to the way you look and all that. You're not going to change much about your facial expressions and things like that. So it's almost all words. So fitting it in is sometimes the hard part. But walking to work or walking to lunch or something like that, it can be a really nice way to do it. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Cool.
But absolutely, definitely recommend it. And maybe even there's something around a cycle of it potentially, like spending a month or two listening pretty intently and improving a few different things, picking out. Like, I talked about the 4-minute feedback earlier on. Did I? Yeah, I did. Of course, did. We did the and the fact that you've had so much about continual improvement and personal development and just getting better at anything is actually picking a really specific thing to get better at, as opposed to just saying, I want to be a better speaker. Well, that doesn't really mean much. Your one there is really a good example there. You want to get better at separating your words out, enunciating. So that's a really particular part of speech. Other people, it might be becoming less monotone. Maybe it's like starting to focus on changing your, your pitch over sentences. For me, I just said it's around speed. It's around varying that cadence. like going fast and then slow and then fast and then slow, and that's part of normal speech. So getting really specific about it. So spend a month or two listening, improve one particular thing, and then take a break from it and just like talk for 3 months, because you'll improve and naturally change over that 3 months anyway. And then come back 4 months later and say, right, how am I getting on? What can I improve now? And pick another particular part and then work on that. I think that can work nicely.
Yeah, there's something that I did in the beginning actually, and when I was listening to those episodes, I would pick up things. Would say, right, I want to stop doing that. I want to improve this, or whatever it was. My rule was, if it can fit on a post-it note, then it's worth working on. If it's more than that, it's too much. You're not going to be able to do it. You're just going to get distracted reading the note. But like, a few words in a post-it note, just something to remind yourself, this is the thing I want to work on this episode. So I'll see it at a glance, and it'll come back into my memory. And that's,
I like that.
That's how I was doing it.